Ladies and gentlemen, this is TVP World. You're watching another edition of Military Mind, bringing you news from the front lines. I'm your host, Benjamin Lee. Overnight, the Russian army attacked Ukraine with nearly 150 strike drones of various type and artillery, as reported by Ukraine's Air Force Command. In the Dnipro region, Russian forces targeted the area with Uragan multiple launch rocket systems, drones, and artillery. Infrastructure, civil administrative buildings, and civilian facilities were damaged. 3 people were wounded. In the Chernihiv region, Russian drone strikes damaged houses and farm buildings, injuring 1 woman. Several homes and outbuildings caught fire following the strikes. Meanwhile, in the occupied city of Sevastopol, 9 people were injured after debris from a Ukrainian drone fell in a residential area. According to the city's mayor, a downed drone exploded near a 5-story apartment building. 9 people later sought medical assistance. A fire was reported at a major power substation that was likely hit in the same overnight attack in Crimea. The facility is considered one of the most important electricity distribution hubs on the peninsula. Now turning to the front line, Ukrainian forces have recently made advances in the tactical sector between Konstantinivka and Zhushkiva in the Donetsk region. Geolocated footage showed Russian forces striking Ukrainian positions southeast of Konstantinivka, an area where analysts previously believed Russian troops might have advanced. At the same time, the zone of Russian penetration showed on maps do not necessarily mean full territorial control, as Ukrainian positions may still remain within these areas. The footage also showed Russian strikes in the southern and southeastern parts of Konstantinivka, including areas that Russian forces had earlier claimed control. A commander of the Ukrainian battalion operating in the Konstantinivka-Zhushkivka sector reported that Russian forces have partially restored their communications capabilities, reaching roughly 50 to 60% of the level they had before the shutdown of the Starlink terminals. According to him, Russian troops are installing Wi-Fi bridges and placing directional antennas on key tactical heights to restore communications. On other sections of the front line, the situation remained largely unchanged. Meanwhile, in the Middle East, the Israeli military announced a large-scale strike on what it described as infrastructure of the Iranian regime in Tehran. The chief of staff of the Israeli military, Eyal Zamir, said that Israel is moving to the next phase of its operation against Iran. Iranian officials, meanwhile, claimed that missile had targeted the center of Tel Aviv. Israel also carried out heavy airstrikes on the southern suburbs of Beirut, area controlled by Hezbollah. Explosions and flashes lit up the night sky over the city. The Israeli military said that the targets included Hezbollah command centers and weapon storage facilities supported by Iran. Iranian authorities reported that at least 20 Iranian citizens were killed and 30 injured in the U.S.-Israeli airstrikes targeting the city of Shiraz in southern Iran, specifically near the town of Zibashir. At the same time, according to Iranian media and the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, Iranian forces launched missile attack on several cities in Iraqi Kurdistan. The U.S. Central Command has released footage of the destruction of Iranian mobile launchers disguised as ordinary trucks. According to the American military, the vehicle had been converted to launch Shahed strike drones and Fatah ballistic missiles. Improvised platforms like these allow for the rapid deployment of launch sites, camouflaging them among civilian transport and quickly leaving the launch area after an attack. A Shahed kamikaze drone was spotted in the airspace above the city of Merinokhrad, flying at extremely low altitude over residential areas. See, the low-altitude flight tactic is deliberately used by Russian occupiers. At low altitudes, drones are more difficult to detect and shoot down, and air defense systems have limited viewing angles. Despite the potential risk to civilian infrastructure, Ukrainian air defense units and drone operators continue to track and intercept threats, minimizing possible casualties among the civilian population. Pilots from the Phoenix Border Guard unit delivered a precise and devastating strike against Russian units near Hulipole. Several armored vehicles, a self-propelled artillery unit, and a TOS-18 multiple launch rocket systems from which the Russians were firing on the positions of the Ukrainian Defense Forces were destroyed. Let's take a look. The Ukrainian Navy has released a video showing the aftermath of a precision strike on a Russian Ka-27V helicopter. The attack took place in the Black Sea near the Sivash drilling rig in the Golitsyn gas field, where Russian forces were attempting to land. According to Ukrainian sailors, the strikes were carried out quickly thanks to high-precision fire from ship-based weapons and air defense systems, which neutralized the threat before it could fully develop. And with that footage, we conclude this edition of Military Mind. But for more news, update, and commentary, please stay tuned to TVP World.